So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you. And we've actually got Sebastian with us today.
Hey.
Welcome, Sebastian.
Hey, thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Sebastian is a fitness enthusiast or a fitness evangelist, and
You could say that.
yeah, and he's a CrossFit certified trainer as well.
Yes.
And he's been making a lot of difference in many people's life.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just living the dream, trying to help out as many people as I can.
Excellent, excellent. So I'll address you as Sebi. I hope it's okay.
Go for it, Sebi.
Yeah. So Sebi, tell us something about yourself, what you do. How did you get into the fitness industry?
Well, all right. So it's presenting time. You know, the stuff people just don't like to talk about, but pretty plain and simple. I started just going in the fitness industry bit by bit around 2009, 2008 when I stopped playing basketball. That was what I did when I was a child and just trained by my own. But I wanted to first do my research, see what works, what are people doing, because I really enjoyed training.
Sure.
And I enjoyed how it felt.
Sure.
Made me feel better. Pretty simple. So that was basically the beginning of my journey, and slowly but surely, of course, with self-education, came a lot of interest and a lot of curiosity towards other stuff, fitness related, and while I was also taking care of my education, because after I realized that being an athlete full-time really wasn't my path, I wanted to study more and, just like other young people, just wanted to take care of education first. So fitness was basically in the second...
At the second place.
At the second place, yeah. But it was something I was very interested in.
Sure.
Well, long story short, I also started working because, of course, I had to pay the bills, and I was training by myself and in my spare time, basically before going to work.
Sure.
And of course, I discovered that I can also help the people around me with the knowledge and experience I had, and it became quite a passion. Slowly turning into something bigger.
Sure.
So while I was in my 9 to 5. Let's say 9 to 6, 7, 8, or
correct.
However the project was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And pursuing my studies while I was on the verge of getting that done.
Sure.
I realized that my true calling and what I really enjoyed was coaching people.
Sure.
Helping them not only to move safely, efficiently, and to, of course, get results. That's also important, but also help them out with advices, with stuff I've been through. So more than training someone, just instructing the drills. And of course, when I came across this, it was not that it wasn't that complicated as some people make it. I mean, it was just, what do I enjoy doing? Do I enjoy what I'm doing now, and what's the perspective in the future? And of course, there was there was this perspective, but that wasn't something that had a calling for me. So basically, I switched things around and decided to move full time to really coaching people, really helping them grow stronger, not only physically but also emotionally, mentally, and becoming their best selves, basically. I started to pursue the certifications needed in every single document, and also working as a trainer. Working with people, starting from scratch. Of course, most people thought I was crazy, especially well, my family didn't really understand it, but hey, they were behind me since the beginnings. They stood behind everything I wanted to do, and I had this ambition, and I turned it into a reality. So training in CrossFit back in when I started, it was like 2012, 2013. When I found out about it, started to train by myself, went to a box, and saw that, hey, this is something I really enjoy doing. It's variation, the atmosphere, the fact that it contains safe, just functional movements, no glitter, no glam, and it's hard work. This made me really, how do you say it, just absorb CrossFit and use it as my own training principle. So, hey, that's how I ended up teaching CrossFit. So that's basically how we met. We met at the box. And of course, I've tortured you in several ways at the training sessions. But hey, you're here. We're here.
And you're still alive.
You're still alive. We're still getting along great, and things are moving in the right direction. So that's how I ended.
That's how you ended up.
It was basically a short story turned a little longer, but hey, that's who I am. That's what I do.
That's absolutely right. The other thing which I wanted to ask you, Sebi, is what's your sort of view of fitness overall in Romania? A lot of people, as you've been through that phase before as well. Most of us doing their day jobs, not getting the right time to have the proper nutrition, not sitting for 8 or 10 hours on their office desks. What's your view? How do they actually get started from some place or the other?
Well, that's a great question, and what I really see now is that people here in Romania are becoming aware. So they're more aware about the importance of health and basically fitness, the place where we all strive to be in. And they're becoming aware, and they've started to also do something about it. If you look back, like 8 years ago in commercial gyms, everyday gyms, people were going there to look good. That was it. I mean, that's what they cared about. That's what they did. Which, of course, no judging or anything. It's their thing. Their purpose. But there weren't many people into it. Most people would just go for a jog or go to gyms and just try the machines and stuff. Hey, they were still doing something. Now, people here in Romania are running, participating in corporate competitions or races, or going more and more to gyms. And I've witnessed it. I mean, I've been in the global gym, in a global gym before, and I've seen how every couple of months, more and more people would join. So that's great. That's really truly great. So that people are doing something, not only educating themselves, but also doing and moving in the right direction. But what you've mentioned earlier, nutrition-wise, from what I hear, of course, because I listen to people and try to help out as much as I can and know, people are lacking the proper nutrition. We have more places available now where you can really eat something good. You see a lot of new diners, not diners, like
joints or
restaurant joints, small businesses which can get some interesting dishes. That's also moving in the right direction. But you see, this creates another problem: the availability of a lot of food, and people, of course, like food. So they're basically neglecting the quantity.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's the tricky part to get right.
Yeah.
Not only here in Romania, but everywhere in the world.
Everywhere in the world.
The irony is that that's where you start. So if you don't have a proper nutrition, you're trying to, by the workouts you do, you're trying to condition that metabolism. If you don't have a good nutrition, you don't have what to work with. You're basically not fueling yourself right.
Absolutely.
But the idea is, to get back to your question, is that things are moving in the right direction. More and more people doing something is way better than the majority just sitting around or not doing anything related to their fitness.
Sure. Yeah. So why CrossFit? What is so special about CrossFit?
For me, or what?
Generally, you're getting engaged in CrossFit, and you're teaching CrossFit. And what's so special about CrossFit? Everyone knows. The first time I meet someone, of course, I tell them that I've been doing CrossFit for a year. Obviously, they listen to me with a sense of hesitation, if I may say. They always talk about the fact that they could associate CrossFit with some sort of injury, for that matter, or something which is very high in intensity and something which is not very good for a novice, for a beginner to get started with. So, would you want to tell people in Romania about what CrossFit is and how exciting it is? How can it be scaled, and how a common person can actually start doing it besides their age, gender, and whatever shape and format they are in?
Of course. That's what I want to do. Not only train and how can I put this? Not only train people into CrossFit, but to try to educate people, because most people get it a bit wrong when they do their research about CrossFit and what it is. Of course, it's as I'm not talking about trainers, our fault too, because some people tend to go towards a competitive side, towards a more than healthy competitive attitude. And I really think that CrossFit is not only about that. So in my perspective, and of course in the others, I can talk about this, and all this information is online, but somehow people only end up watching some YouTube video of veteran athlete or CrossFit Games athlete doing amazing stuff, which is great. I mean, that showcases a very, very high level of fitness, and not only that, mental toughness and a lot of work. So that's basically, we're talking about 0.01% of the population doing CrossFit. If you're not at that level, it really doesn't make sense to compare or to try to think that you're gonna do that. What those people are doing, it's great. I mean, it's a sport of fitness. That's basically the highest level you can get it. If you're those are basically the fittest people alive.
Correct. Yeah.
That's it. Without a doubt. Whoever wants to question it, well, just try and get there. And if you can get there with another training protocol, tell us about it.
Sure.
We would like to know. But that's not what it's all about. For me, and how I view it, and how you learn about it in the CrossFit specialty, CrossFit Level 1 course, and also the specialty courses, is that CrossFit is basically a training program focused on functional movement, which are safe, which are normal to us, squatting down, standing up, deadlift, picking stuff up, stuff people already do, but most of them not really correct. That's where technique plays a major role, which is constantly varying. So you not only the movements, but also times, reps, so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
And it's executed at high intensity.
Sure.
Because of course you can do 10 squats in 1 hour. Perfect squats. That's super. But your body needs more than that to get results.
Correct.
You need a stimulus.
Yeah, absolutely.
And intensity and also loads and reps depends on everyone. So if you come today at the box, which I hope you do, you're gonna get let's say 10 reps.
Yeah.
The warm up.
Correct.
If my mom comes at the box today, she will not come. Don't worry. She will probably come tomorrow. She will do the same, but say 5 reps.
5 reps. Yeah.
Because for her, that's great.
Yeah.
For you, you do a little more. And you probably need to do them fast if you do them correctly. That's where the intensity part kicks in. That's where some people get it wrong, because they hear about high intensity and they are thinking instantly, too hard, laying down on the floor.
Correct.
No, that's not what it means. That's not what it means. High intensity for me is one thing, for you it's another thing, for my mom it's completely another thing. But for everyone it's high intensity.
Yeah.
Regardless, that's basically what the training program is about. Very simple. You don't see the objective of this training program is to get to the CrossFit Games. No, you can use it to get to there, but that's not the idea.
Correct.
And it's even on the shirt.
Exactly. That's right on my shirt as well. But
that's
not that I'm qualifying for the games anytime soon. It's like,
hey, no problem with anyone trying to get together, and massive respect to everyone who's slowly but surely getting there. That's the sport aspect of it. And what this brings you in, why is this, in my opinion, the most efficient way to train? Because in 1 hour, you get a whole lot than just going into a gym and going from machine to machine, not knowing what this is, or putting your trust and money into someone who's probably not paying attention to what you do, or you see this very common here. People who are focused on something else, not really getting you the best results.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's their thing. No problem. But that's what you see here also often. Not gonna get into that. Don't worry. What do you get out of it? So that's the training program. What do you get out of it?
Yeah.
Well, you manage to get all of the adaptations, physical skills required for you to just function as a human being: strength, agility, stamina, endurance, coordination, accuracy, strength, power. Everything in 1 single hour. The workout is planned ahead. The coach is there to help you go through the movements, making sure you're doing them safely, not performing the workout with you.
Sure.
So basically, if he's doing that, he's not being attentive to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, we're focusing on the people. We're making sure they're moving well. And if they're moving well, we get the special dial to turn the intensity up.
Yeah.
So that person can get better results.
Sure.
So that's what it is.
Sure.
Of course, cool down, I'm not going to get into details, warm up, mobility, strength or skill work, so you know and you learn what you're going to do at the workout of the day, which is basically a workout in which it's either a task priority or a time priority. You need to do something in a set of time, or you perform the movements for a set of time. This is what you get in 1 hour. And it can be a workout of 5 minutes or 2 minutes, as you've witnessed.
Noticed many times.
Or 20 minutes. That's variance. Right? So it depends. It depends on that day. It depends what people have done before. Because some people also say it's just a random work. Just push some numbers, put some. That's it.
But there is a lot.
You can do it like that, but it's not on the long term. That's not the idea. Because the idea is to focus on people's fitness in a safe way, in an efficient way, and also with longevity and health in mind. All right, because trust me, it's very easy to program a workout in which that person is lying on the ground, breathless, and having the impression that he did the best workout of his life, and then the next day do another, and then the next day do another. But is that really helping that person become healthier? Or is it just added stress to his day-to-day life, which most probably doesn't include just working out? So for me, that's the training program. That's what we do. That's what we advise, and that's a better way to focus on, like doing it with health and longevity in mind, which is what we do at our box.
Excellent.
Why is this? I think better, if I may, than working out on your own or doing just free weights or machines or anything, because it basically you are learning and you are also doing. You're moving large loads, which can be any weight from 1 kilo to 100 kilos over long distances. So you basically also need to do stuff with those weights. You need to just sit on a chair and focus on pulling with your biceps. No, because that's not what you do in life. In life, you are always challenged in several ways. If you play with your kids, if you go in the park, if you're just doing laundry or household stuff. What we do helps you in real life more than another training program. That's how it basically transcends from that part to real life, what you do. And you also learn how to do it safely and efficiently and quickly. Because, of course, you can do your gardening work in half a day. Not too bad if you have the whole day to spare, or you can do it in an hour without any problems, without back pain. And that's why you have to do it quick. And one final thing, which is often forgotten, is you have to be able to do it for your entire life. Because there's no point in just living, let's say, 5 years as a very powerful athlete. Again, no problem with anyone doing this. Not at all. In my opinion, it's just you are better off if you do very good for the rest of your life, until you are 60, 70, 80 or 90 years old. Why not? That's what CrossFit is for me. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and also teaching that to people that, of course, are curious about it. I'm not gonna go on a rant in the streets and tell people about that. No, people who really want to make a change or who find this interesting, of course, you're welcome to try. They're welcome to experience, because it's also the experience which matters the most. The fact that you are doing this hard work, because it's not easy. That's where most people back off.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
Sure,
and it shouldn't be. Sure, because more and more people are forgetting that hard work is needed to get through life, to get through obstacles.
Correct.
You know, to face adversity in another way. Sure, not coming from a place of fear, but coming from a place of confidence.
Exactly.
So that's for me, and we've moved from physical stuff to mentally and attitude changes, which also occur. And in my opinion, that's where it matters the most. So behind the ears is where the change happens. When you see yourself just doing a workout which is it's not impossible, it's not easy, because of course you wouldn't have a workout. It's challenging, and it challenges you. You were like, wow, I didn't knew there's a way for me to do a pull-up.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's like where most people are like, when I'm presenting the workout at the start of the class, they're like, I can't do a pull-up bar. Why are we even talking about this? It's redundant. But if you show them a way to do it, of course, it may not be a strict gymnastic pull-up, as you see elite gymnasts perform.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean you can't perform a variation, which can slowly but surely get you towards doing a
pull-up. Exactly.
So you're challenged, and you are also surrounded by people who are going through the same hard work as you. You are same challenges. Probably some of them move quickly.
Yeah.
Probably some of them are at another level. But it doesn't matter. Everyone does the same workout.
Exactly.
Same workout. Doesn't matter if it's you, me, my mom. Doesn't matter. They're doing the same thing, which creates a bond. And well, it's of course it's proven that this gets people together, and it's basically fun. This is the fun aspect.
It's a lot of fun.
It's also competitive, but in a healthy way.
My next question to you, Sebi, would be, I see you every day. Almost every day.
You skip some workouts, but that's all right.
I see you almost on a daily basis, and so I see you almost on a daily basis. And one thing which I always wanted to ask you is that how do you get the motivation every day, every single time, to be the same in every single class? And of course, you get all kind of people, and as you were correctly mentioning, it can be your mother, it can be myself, it could be somebody who is very strong than me as well. It could be an athlete performing in the CrossFit regionals, participating in the same class. So how do you actually get the motivation, especially dealing with all different kind of people?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think it's a challenge for many. How I get it? Well, I think I've had it. And I've learned to just fuel it and to also get the satisfaction I needed from helping out different kind of people, from coming in from different areas, different background, and the fact that I'm able to meet all these kinds of people, which have, of course, their level of fitness, or don't have one at all. It's a challenge to try to help each and every one, while also keeping that in mind, because of course, especially when you started when you start training other people. You are enthusiastic and you can't wait to show them everything. But with experience comes the process of just focusing on basic stuff and teaching the basics, and if there's someone more advanced, study and see how you can improve those basics and also how to enhance what that person already has.
Correct.
So this is only talking fitness wise. That comes with experience. Of course, you need a heck of a lot of patience, and I'm talking a lot because most people end their work days being stressed. Very few are happy after a day's work, which is sad, but we'll leave it for another discussion.
Yeah.
Not gonna insist on that. So you also have to keep that in mind because of course you can talk to people for hours and hours on just the foundational movements and just a couple of them. But you need to really learn how to cut some things out. Just focus on the basics, what that person really needs from that hour, whether it's just starting out or enhancing. And what I'm trying to get is that you really need empathy for it. That's the main skill. Or basically gift, because some people have it, some people don't. It's a gift. And you can't really get it. That's why it's not a skill. It's a gift. You either have it or you don't. Very simple. If you don't have that, and if you can't empathize with someone who's on this level or on that level, it can be very hard to find that motivation, what you were asking me.
Well, you indeed have a gift, and you practice it in large quantities. Is something that I can tell you.
Thank you. And it's a decision I made. I've came across when I was working in the corporate. That's where empathy is also important. But not gonna get into that. But if you have this calling, and most people have it, they just don't listen to it. You can pursue it, and then it's basically a fire which you can fuel it with satisfactions like teaching a person how to move and how to just perform at a level in which that person's life has changed to the better.
Sure.
I mean, when you hear from people, or it doesn't even have to be something spoken. You can just look at a person and maybe they're ashamed. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to come across as weak. I don't know. But when you really realize that you have changed a person's life and you are able to do this at a bigger level, one that's all the fuel you need for your fire. That's all the fuel you need for your ambition, and that's
what keeps you going.
What keeps you going.
Yeah.
Because when the clock rings at 5 a.m., it's very hard to
wake up in the morning and get to this.
It's very hard to not hit the snooze button.
Yeah.
But it's a decision you make. It's either snooze the alarm and just for 10 minutes and really not get anything out of it, or just wake up, just do your morning routines. This is something that Ben Bergeron really emphasizes on, and I think I fully agree on it. The way you start your day really sets you up for the entire day. So that's when that clock rings, it's go time. So, and you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for a bigger picture. People depend on you. People are there. And of course they need help. And some way, shape or form. Whether it's a workout, whether it's some advice. You really can't let people down. That's
sure.
You just really can't. So day in and day out, I think that's the best fuel you can get for your ambition. Just realize what you are doing, firstly, because some people are in the position I'm in, but they're not really focusing on what they are truly doing. They're in it for, I don't know, other reasons. I'm not going to mention it. Because you are in a very powerful position and you have a chance to change people's lives. So if you can get to that position, do it. Don't waste time and don't waste other people's energy. And if your drive is in another direction, go towards it. But it's a really very good position to be in, and to be able to reach people in so many different ways, and to support them, whether it's just by acknowledging their effort or acknowledging their presence there. I mean, I think it means a lot. But we are slowly getting there as a nation, because it's unfortunately still uncommon here.
But I think what's important is a start, which is I think you made
a start. Oh yeah.
More than a start, actually. I think, and it is impacting a lot of people, and will continue to do so. I think the last thing which I wanted to ask you, actually not ask you, but if you want to give any message to the viewers of Romania, last one, best one, as you say all the time.
The last one, best one. Just keep moving. However you do it, your body needs it, your mental health needs it, your close ones need you to be healthy. That's what I would like to transmit. So if you keep doing whatever you want to do, whether it's normal fitness training programs, or running, or CrossFit, just keep challenging yourself, but in a healthy way, in a safer way. You need to be fitter, no matter what level you are, because if something happens, you don't want to be in that basically 75% of the population which are going towards illness. You need to be in a place where if something happens, you're all right. So you're not going straight into sickness and incapacity. You can manage, because you've saw adversity. You know how it feels like.
Yeah.
So really focus on doing this, on just becoming the healthiest you can by changing some habits you have, by working out, by eating good, and that way you will see that not only your life but the ones around you will change. I'm talking about children, cousins, relatives,
friends,
work colleagues, friends. Everyone will live a better life, and that way the whole nation will change towards the better. If not, neighborhood or office building is all right. That would be my advice.
Thank you very much, Sebi, for being so inspirational to all of us. And Sebastian, by the way, is also on social media, and I'll link his Instagram somewhere here on the top. You'll see it here. And he does he actually posts a lot of cool stuff on social media. So make sure that you go and follow him. And also short videos with my cat, which can be funny for some, but not short videos with his cat. So I'll put all his social media descriptions, like his YouTube channel and everything. And make sure you pay a visit to the CrossFit box. I'll also link them in the description.
Replay Crossfit, that's where we're at. Yeah. That's where we really focus on building a stronger and kinder community here in Bucharest.
Yeah.
Because we need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And stay healthy, guys, and thank you for watching.
Stay strong. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff. Thank you.